Hey everybody, welcome to Magical Monday. Hopefully everything's working. It looks like it might be, so if you can see us, say hi. Let's just jump over to the tube of you on our fantastic computer thing here so I can see what's going on.
All this during a Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, so it's all good, yes. Marvellous. So welcome.
Everybody.
Oh, look, there's Gilda. It's all working wonderfully. Hello, Gilda. Welcome.
Shh, don't scare it. Shh.
Sorry.
Good morning, Gilda.
Sorry.
Yeah, this Mercury retrograde has been a really amazing doozy of a time, hasn't it? Well, I think the Mars retrograde as well in Gemini, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so it's kind of been this double dose of wackiness. Oh, I see someone else there.
Oh, yes. It's Christine. Hey,
Hello,
Christine
hey.
and Savannah. Oh,
Hi, Savannah.
The gang's all
The gang's
turning
coming
up.
in.
They're all
Yay.
turning up. It's sort of kind of working, so it's always good.
Oh, gosh.
What a doozy it's been. Honestly, I like
Everything takes twice as long to get done, or you have to do it over.
everything this morning I set out to, I had to do twice.
Oh my God. It's like, did you plug that in? Well, I thought I did. Well, so I had to plug it in again. It fell out for some reason. Oh my God, what's going on?
Well, you know what? You can make Mercury work for you. We do.
Where is my such and so? It's right where I put it. No, it's not. I'd always put it there and it's not there now.
I know.
It's
but
been crazy.
it's a great time to go back and redo, isn't it?
Finish up old business,
and
yeah.
I have that many, I don't want to talk about it. I have that many unfinished projects.
Plates on sticks.
I got no problem going back to pick up something. so I've been actively working away. Oh, hi Carol. I've been actively working away on our new website. So
Yeah.
hopefully we should have something to show you very soon. It's looking very spiff.
Because the website we currently have is really, really hard.
Well, you know, finally.
Who is this? Who's this?
Who's
Anna?
this? It's Anna. It's a crazy time, she says. First day of a new term during another retrograde.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Lots of fun. Oh yeah, we're going to tell you something good. We got lots of good to do today.
February, March, April, and most of May, all planets will be direct. So there won't be anything like impeding progress, but it's also maybe going to be a time that's going to really push some people, right? So there's nothing to stall you. You're going to have to take your vitamins to keep up. But that's a nice segment, you know, February, March, April, and most of May. So we're
Get
happy
some
about
stuff.
that.
Well, it'd be a great time. Really, a spring where you can really burst forth, eh?
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of energy. Jupiter direct, you know, Mercury direct, Mars direct. What you got there? More peoples.
Hello, it's Larry. Oh, well, hello, Larry. And good morning to you, Wendy. So lots of folks joining
Hello,
us today.
everybody.
It's lovely. Good to
Yeah,
see you
good
all.
to see
Thank you.
you all.
Welcome. Should we tell them what Magickal, if you haven't joined us before, shameless plug. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so. We're looking to grow our channel. You know,
Absolutely.
So it does help if you can, and you'll get notified. Don't just hit the subscribe button, but hit the little bell icon as well. And that way, if there's anything, you know, we put something out new, and we've got all sorts of stuff coming up.
It helps with our little algorithm
does.
thing
It
too.
does.
A lot of people say, you know, well, I don't have any money. I can't really, you know, do anything monetarily. But you can do something monetarily. Somebody's given a super chat.
Yes, the
you
lights
can
are
do
flashing.
something
We've got to-
monetarily because you can like and subscribe and comment. You know, if you go back on the other videos and just, you know, hit like and hit something and say, you know, something in the comments. Hopefully not something rude. Then we'll...
Yeah, we can say so. You can say something rude. We may ignore you.
No, don't troll us. We don't want any trolls.
No.
All right. So
Although
who
we
is
got nothing
this
against
with the
trolls.
super chat?
It's Gilda. Thank you so
Okay,
much
Gilda.
for the super chat, Gilda. That's
So
super generous
that's the
of
other thing we'll let you guys know is that we will do readings for
Yes.
super chats.
you. Why not?
So
Shameless like that. aren't we?
also, if you don't subscribe or you don't have a YouTube account, because some people can watch but they don't have an account, so and they want to leave a donation, we have Buy Me a Cup of Coffee, buymeacoffee.com.
Yeah.
So you can go on there and find the awareness shop and just do a $5 cup of coffee or something.
We'll probably go back after the event and put the Buy Me a Cup of Coffee link on this video. So if you...
All right, so time to get the cards out.
Oh, get the cards out. Get the cards out.
And then we'll
Gilda
talk
would like to know about health.
Okay.
Health, wealth, and happiness. Oh, well, that's...
Well, the Aquarian card is upside down there, so
that's
to
not a
make
bad
me
one.
notice. No, that's
Do you read that as an Aquarian card? Do you?
the Queen of Pentacles, yeah.
Well, you have a strong,
I have my own
strong
way.
affinity for that. Yeah, I know that.
I have my own way.
Well,
All right.
that's for sure. That's for sure for
So
Deborah.
this is for Gilda, and she
Yes.
wants a health card.
Yes. Who's going first? Why don't you go first?
Of course I'm going first, because I'm just being that way today.
And why not? Why not, indeed?
These on her.
That's perfectly reasonable, if you ask me. All right. Ooh, hello.
Who's that?
And Christine as well. Gosh, you guys are so generous.
All right,
Thank you.
so Gilda, 1 step forward, or 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Feeling a little stuck. Very good news is coming, but you also might be feeling like it's hard to act on that news. So I'm going to say something that is going on financially regarding health, whether it's some kind of insurance or some sort of something that is going to be covered. It's like something that is going to be covered, and it's been a long time trying to get that fulfilled, to get that information collected, to get the news about it. And then once that all happens, then you've got to act on it, right? So it looks like you've been really working on something to make sure that you have that available to you, right? And once that is announced, settled, paid for, fixed, right? Fixed, and you feel safe and secure about it, and you get the news about that, then that means the ball's back in your court, so to speak. I do see you figuring something out as a way to work with that. I feel like there is something going on. I don't know why I feel like this has something to do with a chiropractor or something. Like the details of things. Do your research and then invest in yourself. That's what I'm going to say. I don't see anything here that's life-threatening, but I do see something that's probably a long-term thing to pay attention to the details of. Now he's going to...
No, actually not that different. So I'm not sure which order they came out in, but these are your
This
three
is
cards.
one.
We have two. This is one. The
1,
hangman.
2, 3, but I don't
So-
ever worry about that.
You got the three cards, but they all work
They're
in
a story
consort.
together, right?
So it's. I think you've been stuck for a while. Is the long in things. And yeah, maybe there was some deal of frustration or having to wait to get a claim through your insurance or your health care covered or whatever. I can see that, but there's great potential here. There's that huge, ploughed field literally running from side to side. I think, things have been stuck and suddenly they're starting to move. And this is whoa, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite expecting that. It's sort of like all of a sudden, we've been stuck, and then bam, your things are almost getting out of control. And I think, there's that old adage, you can only see from where you're standing. And sometimes it's necessary to gain a different perspective. And I think this also involves an expansion of ideas as well, because this fella's doing the glyph for Jupiter, which is a good sign. It's very much like higher thinking or expanding, and I think there may be a reevaluation of are the benefits greater than the risks here? Are there there's because I don't see this as a really life-threatening issue that you're dealing with, but it's something I think that's been bothering you, and now there's opportunity for it to move forwards. And I don't know. Listen, I love these. These are only 3 cards in the deck that have the 3 pyramids on it. And when this comes up to me, this indicates that I'm dealing. This is just me personally. This isn't,
how he deals with
your
how he
mileage may
reads them.
vary.
Yeah. No, we've always said that if you take the same 3 cards to any of the readers at the shop, you're going to get a whole different perspective because.
But this to me indicates the old soul card. So listen to your inner wisdom a little bit here. And try to be still. And I think the other thing for you, particularly Gilda, is stress management. I really think that
it's a tough gig.
and it's interesting that we have this, a lot of the stress, I think, has been, frustration of not being able to move forwards. And a great antidote for that is actual action. And so now hang on, we're
look
going
out, because
forwards.
February, March, and April, all the planets are direct and they're going to push you.
You have a bit of a juggle here, and there may be necessary for you to reevaluate or take a second look or get a second opinion or something like that. Because I think, it's... Not everything is exactly as it appears, nor is it necessarily otherwise. But it's a good idea, I think, to just really look before you leap is what I'm getting the sort of vibe here. But it's important you do something because that's going to be the antidote for your stress where you felt blocked. Hopefully that helps. Gosh, we've got a bunch of people coming through.
Now I see Christine has given a super chat. Does she have a topic or a question?
General. She says, general reading, please. Not general. Okay. We're not generals.
And Samaj.
Oh, Samaj. Hello, Samaj.
And what is his question?
A message about what is in store will be appreciated. What is the lineup for the next few months? Well, that warrants talking about before we do another reading, actually, because there is some cracking energies going to be available, even though we're in this mad, crazy retrograde right now. As Lisa says, as we move into the spring, it's going to be hard to keep up.
There's a lot of... I'm kind of calling it the cosmic shift because we are seeing the outer planets that are generational. They're all changing signs over the next, bit of time. But you see things like Pluto that has been in Capricorn with a big focus on, financial stuff. Now it's going to move into humanitarian stuff.
Which, it's a little overdue, to be honest.
And Saturn, that's been oppressing or addressing and lesson teaching in Aquarius, is going to move into Pisces. So I think there'll be a more, or like a refinement of creativity and things like that.
If we can harness the creativity side of Pisces rather than the drama side of Pisces.
Well, yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and Uranus is going to move out of Taurus and it's going to move into Gemini. So there'll be a lot of chaotic signals to kind of decode. It's going to be a really intense couple of years as we settle into this next cosmic shift. All right. So let's do Christine. She said,
yeah. And hello, Vicky. Thank you for joining us. I see
there's
Vicky's joining
Savannah
us.
with a super chat.
Gosh.
All right.
Everybody's getting carried away.
Well, you know what? We're going to do Christine and Samaj. We'll do those 3.
Yes.
And then we'll do a little talking about...
I really feel it's these 3 cards. These are Christine's, right?
Yeah,
and it's general?
And you go first this time.
Oh, gosh. Me on first. No, that's scary. Well, these are fun, aren't they? Look at this. So I see... I love this. It's so just so you know what you got. The first one I pulled out here is my Scorpio card, the Queen of Cups.
Yeah, I use that.
She really is the Scorpio card. And I want to talk about that, especially the energies of water and what lies beneath. Then we got the Sun, which is fantastic. This is my it's interesting because we have Mabon ap Modron on this card, which really actually corresponds to the autumnal equinox, but the timing on this card is the vernal equinox, March 21st, thereabouts, but this is very much a fantastic card, and we'll talk more about this. And then we've got this one little bit of chaos, but you're coping. So I think what's going on here in you is, because you're asking for a general reading, I really feel something has been turned on for you. There's like, how to explain this? It's almost like initiation with the big eye, not the little eye, but the big eye. When you become aware of stuff. And for some people, it's like a real road to Damascus experience, and for others it's a more gradual sort of realization that, hold on a minute,
What's
so
that
for
about?
what's all that about? And suddenly you start to get eyes to see stuff and look a little closer. And I think really you're diving deeply into the occult right now, and that's because that's really, if you had to say, Scorpio is what lies beneath. It's
The hidden, the
the
secret.
hidden, the secrets. And they're very alluring, and there's almost a singularity of passion there within that Scorpio thing. So just watch you don't become obsessed is the thing, I would say. There's that everything in balance, and I think this is what this card's telling you about, the necessity to balance things, even though there's this mad, crazy, topsy-turvy world going on around you. You're juggling, you're on one foot, but you've got it going on here, so that's all right. I would say you almost thrive on chaos. That's like some people do.
Chaos, panic, and disorder. My work here is done.
Yeah, but no, seriously, some people, it's like that's their wheelhouse. That's where they cope with this. They don't do boring. They need to do like full on interesting all the time. But this to me, this is very much a new beginning. I see this as that the wall is now behind you. You don't need to turn your horse around and focus on that wall. If we had to say that, you remember that really sad 80s song, wasn't it? Doing all right, getting good grades, my future's that bright, I've got to wear shades.
Oh.
This is that, the sun card, feel the warmth of the sun on your bones, really recover your zest for life and being alive, and relish the joy in everything. And I think, I see this as a very, very promising cards for you. A little bit of chaos, but I don't think you see that as a downside. I think you kind of love it, so that's all right then. That's your thing. Yeah, more power to your elbow.
All right, Christine.
Now she'll give you the proper reading.
All right. I think that we are talking about spring, which is to me Imbolc or Gualmer, the beginning of February. Through that Aries time into maybe the beginning of May, where we get to Beltane. So I think that this, to me, I'm going to say is a time frame card for this rebirth, renewal, and a time of great strength, because you see that even though this is a little baby, he's got this giant blanket of orange, which kind of harkens to the strength card. And that energy of balance and control. He also has a really big feather in his cap, and I feel like this is going to be a very, very condensed time for you, where you're making some choices and decisions that are going to affect a larger piece of your life. I feel like there's two very important things going on. Your regular career, where you make your money that is your solid and your safety and security. But I also feel there's a second thing happening. Many times it's a second career, like a side hustle or something that you want to do part-time. But it could also be agreeing to do two very full-time energy things, like school and work, or school and full-time parent, or full-time parent and full-time work. These kind of two things that you're working with. I also see a very important contract that you really need to go over the details and possibly seek legal advice before signing. So I think there's going to be two really important things that are both going to generate prosperity, peace of mind, safety, security, that kind of thing. But I also feel you need to do your due diligence and don't sign anything until you know exactly what it is you're getting into. But I do see prosperity and just this time of feeling like you're in the position of control and strength. So I think the spring is going to be a very, very good time for you. All right. Can you read to me all
I
the things
get-
that
I think-
Samaj has said?
Oh
so-
gosh, no, we've got to catch up a little bit here. There's all sorts of
Right.
swine.
So
Let's see-
Samaj
let's
is.
see where we got
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Could you
Yes, I will. That's
please?
where I'm trying to do there.
Okay.
Okay, we got there. Right. So
tell me again
Samaj says,
the orange block of what
Oh,
Samaj said there?
a message about what will be in store would be appreciated, and what's the lineup for the next few months.
Okay.
But we spoke about that as
And
well.
then we have
Then we
Savannah.
have, okay, we got, hold on. Cosmic Shift sounds really good. We need new and fresh to come in and clean things up. Agreed. Savannah would like to know about finances. And thank
Okay.
you for the super chat, Savannah. That's wonderful.
Okay.
Samaj says, sounds like a good plan, and certainly we need new energy and new opportunities and invitations. So excited for what's lined up for all of us. It's like we're waiting for magic to unfold.
Absolutely.
I think we are, Samaj. Absolutely, yeah. I do. And Christine does, in fact, thrive on chaos. Good for you. That's good. Dawn says, good afternoon. Gosh.
And then there's somebody else with a super chat.
That's Venetia. Hello, Venetia. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Did she ask a question?
Well, she said here, be careful what you wish for. Someone told me the spirits are hiding. Hiding me? Not overlooked. Interesting. Christine says, thank you. Yeah. Fish. Wish, not fish. That's okay. You careful what you fish for. Yeah, why not? It's a bloody great big eel. And there's Amber. Hello, Amber. Gosh. And Carrie says, hey there. So, welcome, everybody.
All right.
Welcome.
Got the crew
Gosh,
here.
let's try and play catch up
All right.
now.
So
Where
we're
are we
going
on?
to do Samaj.
Okay.
Then we're going to have a little chat.
Okay.
And then we'll come back and do another 3, or
Yeah,
so
we'll
mix it
just,
up a little bit.
Well,
'cause
yeah.
Of course, we have our Monday thing we want to talk about.
We do.
All right. So I think I go first for
I
Samaj.
think you do, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, this one definitely here. And maybe this one. Ooh, and then this one way over here by me.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
What fun. Ooh. You just copped this because you said, look how this fits my thumb. It's kind of
Yeah,
it
it's
is
lefty.
nice.
It's a lefty thumb.
It is
oh,
actually.
Look at that.
Ooh, hello.
Yeah. It's like a.
Careful where you point there, eh?
It's definitely it's a smoky celestial.
Oh, how nice, and it's a twin as well.
I had to.
I see why you prof that.
Yeah, we were okay. Well, it's the time of year when we get bombed with shipment, and we also redo the whole store.
Yep.
So I had to move the whole clear quartz cabinet,
Yes,
and when
we
I
did.
moved it, I picked this one up and I went, oh, so it came home, as you do. Oh, Samaj.
Like you need more rocks, eh?
Well,
Ooh, hello.
10,
Of Pentacles.
Queen of Cups, and 9 of Cups.
Now, this is the wish card.
All right. Samaj, I think this is about a huge download of understanding. You know, as spiritual people, sometimes we kind of grow like this, and then other times we do a step and we have a long time of processing, and then we do a step and we have a long time of processing. And it can go back and forth depending on what it is that's coming in. Sometimes we just have that steady, like we're on a little escalator, and other times it's a lot more work and we kind of bang up against the next step for a while. So I think because of your level of sensitivity and openness to spirit, these last few years you've kind of been banging up the next step, right? Like you got up there, and 20, 21, 22, you've just kind of been like, hey, did you forget about me? Because I'm still here. But I think that it's more about you picking up on everybody's everything, Like we can't help when we're in tune to be in tune with the general too, right? And, if we kind of think about it in a Hindu sort of way, they say that the idea is to create more joy than sadness, because when you check your ticket in, you want to feel more joy than sadness, and everything that you created will be on you at once. So I kind of feel that there has been this heaviness and this craziness, and that it's being processed by you these past few years in a way that's kind of made it hard for you to do your own stuff. But I feel like there is going to be this big burst of energy that's going to jump you up that next step. And I think you've kind of been waiting for that next download. And I feel that it may have something to do with the Kabbalah or Tree of Life work, or connecting with angels. You know, there's angels on all the different spheres on the tree. Mm-hmm. I also feel that you may work spiritually very closely with a feminine energy that will also kind of give you that boost. If you're into astrology, check what's going on in your 8th house, and I think that'll give you some better clues. But I really do feel like that which you are seeking is going to be granted. You know, Anton was saying this is the wish card, and I feel like it has something to do with work on the tree or work in the angelic realm that's going to give you the boost that you need to come up that next step. You know, there are a lot of us feeling like it should be 2020, not 2023.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that you're going to take that leap.
Honestly, Samaj, I think Lisa's kind of nailed this so much. So it's really interesting that for the first time I've just really noticed what's on these heraldic shields on this. This is quite amazing, actually.
He's saying, like, where's it going to lead and how it's going to unfold. I think the tree is going to...
I think you need to really focus on some ancient wisdom. It's not go back to school so much, but I've never really studied the 10 of Pentacles, and I'm just looking at it now because there's so much in this card that I am just noticing right now. I assume, I'm going to make a major assumption, I'm sure you have the Rider-Waite deck somewhere. Just really look down this side of the card here. This is really interesting, you know, this kind of... I feel
all the clues that are...
There's so many clues. There are so many clues, and I think for you it's like it's going to be an almost like an awakening to a really ancient wisdom for you. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it may well be angelic or whatever, but there's... I think your channel's going to be a lot less blocked than it has been.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
A lot less blocked. I think there's going to be this, because I mean we're talking about a card of the student of the occult here with the you know what lies beneath. I really feel this for you. I think this is what your chosen profession is. I think this is what you want to do for a living. And I think there's the opportunity is actually going to come around for you to do rather well with it, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, no, I know it's not about finances, but I think you will find safety and security within that work.
Yeah, so long as the bills are paid, that's okay. Nobody needs to be a multi-billionaire, you know. But this also does indicate, I mean, that 10 of Pentacles does indicate security as well. Mm-hmm. And you know, an established security. Waiting for the next big thing. I feel something wonderful in the wings. You know what? Yeah, look to the wings of the 10 here. Just really look down that card. There's so much. I mean, the scales, the balancing of things, and the oh man, this I think there's going to be an almost like a reawakening.
There's tree work for you.
Yeah, there's some definite personal work necessary, but it's going to be the key that unlocks that channel for you and really allows it to sort of flow through. And yeah, you know, it's okay to wish for this because I think it's going to come together for you. I really do believe that. There you go. All right then, probably best witter on a bit then. 10 of Pentacles was my card today that showed up. So that's the you pull a card of the day. There you go. I think you're getting the clue by 4 around the side of the head there.
All right. So I like to have like a little topic, you know, when we did 11sies, we kind of had a focus.
Sometimes.
It's
difficult with me.
We went astray, didn't we? Yes.
Always getting the weeds with me. Yeah?
All right. So my question to the people who have showed up today, because we know that whoever showed up today, we all have that common thing going, is, are you worth to yourself about a minute and a half a day? Right? We all want to make these positive changes.
We're not talking about a horrendous commitment here, are we? A minute and a half.
Minute and a half a
90
day.
seconds. 90 seconds.
So, not to put down The Secret, because I'm sure a lot of us have read The Secret, but it was no secret. It's been around in the metaphysical realm for a very long time. And basically, it's about your focus. And since we're starting off a new year, and shortly we're going to be coming into the year of the water rabbit, and we'll talk more about that next week as we get closer to the new moon. Water rabbit candles, yes.
Sorry.
I want to talk about something called a mantra. All right.
Mantras.
Now, when we look in the dictionary about what a mantra is, we get words like an incantation or a prayer. Words or formula or phrase. Phrases that become truisms. All right. So I want us to think about what words we're telling ourselves and how to write a better mantra, chant, prayer, focus for ourselves. So I'm going to tell a little personal story, because it's always better if somebody who has some experience with it talks about it. Because of some of the health issues that I've had and the medications that I've had, my hair has gotten so thin.
Still very beautiful.
Yeah. Right? So I'm used to having this big mane of unruly Leo rising hair. And I began to notice that I had no hair left. Now I know you're looking at me saying, okay, but for me, I was like, oh my God, I have no hair left. Wrong mantra.
True.
Wrong mantra.
Wrong focus.
Because now that's going to become the truism. So what I tried really hard to remember to do, because you have to work it into becoming a habit, this mantra, is when I brush my hair in the morning, I say, anytime I brush my hair, it gets longer and thicker. My hair is beautiful. So the idea is to try to make yourself believe and speak into being what it is that you want versus what it really is you don't want.
Indeed.
Right? So you can put this into any context. Instead of thinking, oh my God, what a drag. I don't want to go to work today. Son of a bitch.
Why has it got to be so hard? Why me? Blah, blah, blah.
Just instead, say, I make more than enough money to pay all of my bills on time. Something positive, right? So it doesn't get you out of necessarily going to work, but it gives you a better appreciation for what it is you're putting yourself through to make the money to pay your bills, right? So a friend of mine was in the shop, I think it was Friday, and said, oh, how are you feeling? And instead of saying, oh my God, I feel like shit, I said, I'm working on feeling better, right? So that changes my focus. I'm working on feeling better. That's what I'm doing. I'm working on feeling better. So if you do read The Secret, it tells you that if you focus on something for more than 67 seconds, it becomes real. So get yourself a little mantra. I am wealthy, healthy, happy. I am beautiful. I am financially secure.
I'm worthy.
The I am is important.
Most powerful words in the language.
And make sure that you focus on that for about a minute and a half. Give yourself 90 seconds. Because if you can do a minute and a half, you're sure to have done the 67 seconds. What is Anna saying?
She says, back dog on retrograde. YouTube kicked me out. Of course. You don't expect everything to work perfectly during a retrograde.
Well, what we're talking about is programming ourselves and connecting to the universal energy, right? So the universe listens a lot more than we think.
Oh, tell me about it.
If we're here today on this video, we're probably collecting people who are of like mind, who understand that words are powerful. So get yourself a mantra that puts the vibration out to the universe, that brings you something you really enjoy rather than continues your suffering. Right? I am healthy and happy. I am healthy and happy. I choose to be happy. You know, and I'm not belittling what people are going through. Good knows. I was just talking to Samaj about how much suffering there is to pick up on.
There is. You know? There's a lot of grief.
We look at the things that need healing and the things that need organizing and the things that need support and, you know, the chaos and bizarre, once-in-a-lifetime things that are happening throughout the planet, throughout our government. You know, there's a lot going on that we could really get
bent out of
sucked
shape
into
over.
And feed the dark side, so to speak, right?
Absolutely.
Because negative energy tends to breed much quicker than positive energy.
Doesn't it?
Right?
It? Oh, absolutely.
Like, when someone gives you a compliment, sometimes we have a hard time even acknowledging that compliment, right?
No.
Oh, you look beautiful today. Oh, thank you. But instead, we point out what we don't feel is beautiful, right? Oh, you look beautiful today. Oh, yeah, well, I really don't like this shirt, but it's the only one I had clean, blah, blah, blah. We give negative feedback to a positive thing, right?
We're refuting that gift. And that's...
Right, so we're not accepting, I look beautiful today. Oh, that's my mantra, I look beautiful today. We're saying, and we don't even say thank you half the time about whatever the compliment was, because we're not there. Like, oh my God, why would they say that to me?
This shows something underneath. If you think, if you refuse that compliment, if you say, oh no, or you negate it in some way, what you're actually telling the universe is, I am not worthy.
I don't deserve, right?
I am not worthy. I don't deserve.
Or you know,
good stuff.
The boss says to you, amazing work. That was really cool. Thank you so much. Oh, I got lucky.
Yeah.
I didn't really do anything.
I just Googled it.
You know, we've got to set a different mantra. And the words that we're telling ourselves are words that we're telling the universe.
We're programming ourselves.
And that's our little topic for today, is about be mindful and manage your mantra. Right?
Manage your mantra.
And a really good time to set the mantra, I think, is in the morning when we're getting ready, whatever time of day it is that we're getting ready. You know, we all have to look in the mirror to brush our hair or brush our teeth or do whatever we're doing, and stop for a second and give yourself a minute and a half, 90 seconds, and do your daily mantra. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am happy. Whatever it's going to be. And it could be much longer. It doesn't have to be just a couple of words. It could be, I'm going to find true success today in all that I do. I'm going to acknowledge the gifts the universe is giving me. I am going to find the answer that I'm looking for today. Whatever it is, something that brings into focus an accomplishment, an appreciation for yourself, an achievement for yourself, an acceptance of yourself, something way more positive than I don't deserve that, I'll never achieve that, I'm not there yet, rah, rah, rah.
Negate.
Right?
Yeah.
So, they say there are like three kinds of people. The one whose glass is half full, and the one whose glass is half empty, and the one who says, well, it's really simply half a glass. And I tend to be more of the realist, right? So the half full person is the optimist, and the half empty person is the pessimist. And I'm that realist. I'm like, it's half a glass. So that's why I didn't answer, I feel like shit. I answered, I'm working on feeling better. I've got half a glass. I've come this far, right? I've had my round of surgery. I've had my thumpings. I've had my medicine, and I've changed my diet, and I'm eating better. So I got a half full glass. But I'm a realistic person. I know there's a ways to go. So I say, I'm working on feeling better. So I'm acknowledging that I have put in some energy, time, effort. I'm working on it.
I'm improving by the day.
Absolutely.
I'm improving by the day. So yeah, I mean, these are the things.
And she said, you look great. And I said, thank you.
Thank you so very much. It's very kind.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm the realist too, and I'm going to be annoying now because you can't have half a glass. If it was half a glass, it wouldn't hold anything. It's an entire glass, and there is some content in there.
Yes, but there's space in there for improvement.
There's always room for improvement. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. And sometimes we sabotage ourselves, going slightly tangential here. Sometimes we sabotage ourselves by aiming for perfection. And, you think you might have achieved perfection, and somebody comes on and says, oh, you know what, that's really good, but if you'd have done this and this, it would be even better. And you go, oh, no, I failed. But no, you haven't really.
Oh,
if you strive for excellence, if you strive for excellence in what you do, if you find a way that it can be improved, that's a benefit. That's something really good. Look, I'm striving for excellence. I found a way to improve it. I can improve it. And that continual improvement, I think in Japanese they call it kaizen. It's this enduring passion, never to rest, to always look at what you do and how you do and what you're doing to see if you can do it better. Yeah. Is a good way, it's a really good way. And it's a great antidote for stress because you feel like you are working towards something. And you should never if you see problems, look for the solution, not really focus on the problem and the difficulty it gives you.
Even if you have to step back for a bit and make a new formula or, make a new list or whatever, figure out a way to get over, under, through, around, past.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, challenges are what make us grow. They really are. If we had no challenge whatsoever in our life, we would not grow. We wouldn't learn a damn thing. It's only by having to solve a problem that you learn the solution for that problem. And you learn problem-solving skills.
And sometimes a positive mantra can bring you great peace of mind.
Oh, you could get lost in it.
Right. So even if you understand that mantra may not have completely manifested yet, the mantra can give you peace of mind because your focus is on what will bring you peace rather than what brings you stress or the energy of feeling defeated.
For example, you've got this monumental problem you don't know how to solve. You haven't got the solution yet. Now you can really worry about it and you go, oh my God, what am I going to do?
What if this happens? What if that doesn't happen? How am I going to fix this? Oh my God, I'm doomed.
Or you can say the mantra over and over in your head until, it sinks into the very fabric of your being, which is, I can do this.
I am successful.
I can do this.
I am successful.
I can do it.
Yep,
I can do it. I can do it. And the very fact that you to solve any problem, no matter what it is, you first have to believe there is a solution, right? Which means I can do it.
I'm proud of myself. I know I can figure this out.
I can do it.
This is no big deal.
I can do it.
This is no big deal. I can fix this.
I can do it.
Yep. So that's our little.
It really is, and your
Monday magic for today.
And it's so powerful. It's life changing. And everybody is worth that. Oh, excuse me, I just caught my breath.
Yeah, I'm not talking about a New Year's resolution or a huge, big, long-term goal. I'm talking about what we tell ourselves daily. I am whatever.
I can do it.
Yeah, I can do this. I got this. I'm beautiful. I'm happy. I feel safe and secure because I know I got this. That kind of thing.
Absolutely.
All right. So we're up to Savannah.
Okay.
I think it's your turn to go first.
It
and
may
she
well
asked
be.
a finance question.
Finances. Let's see what we can do here.
I never took the price off this.
Well, you know, you just profed it.
I did. I just grabbed it to go home.
Oh, I'm having that.
Taking this out of stock.
Like, you can never have too many crystals, though,
Oh,
can you?
no, but look, our house looks like the store.
Well, you know, you can have too many crystals if you're trying to.
No, you
if
can't.
you're trying to swim across a large body of water, perhaps. That's it. You might have too much in your pocket. Ooh,
Oh my goodness.
Gosh, finances.
This is finance, okay.
Finances. Well, the first one that jumps out here is, I think you're stressing. You're stressing here, and I think we need to like get the woosah bit going down. I think sometimes the absolute smart move is to know when to do nothing. Second thing is to know when to extricate yourself from a failed endeavor.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, really important. You know, there's a point where, you know, we have to sometimes go, nah, okay, let's regroup. Let's just chalk this one down to experience, extricate ourselves from the situation, and regroup. Yeah. But, you know, even though this isn't the ending that you wanted to it, you know, there is the birth of a new day here, and the fingers are crossed. So, you know, even if all hell has broken out, you know, and Pandora's box has been opened, hope remains. Hope remains. And here's the beautiful thing. This is the beautiful thing. And I want you to look really closely at this card. I'm going to hold it up a little bit. All right, so not only does this person literally tower over the problems and has got the ability to whack everything down, look at their feet for a second. And notice that their forward foot is actually wearing a shoe, whereas their backward foot is wearing a boot. So, you know, the boots, if you will, are the grunts. They're the ones who do the manual work, whereas the shoes are the executives. Mm-hmm. I see you actually moving into a more lucrative position, you know, whether that's a change in job, whether that's just a change in status. But, you know, sometimes we just have to go, okay, let's just wipe the slate.
Game over.
Let's wipe the slate and let's start again. Let's you know, pack it in and have another go.
Yeah, it's very much like that. I'm going to add that I think this card is you kind of being caught between never make your move too soon and
never making you move.
I'm not putting, you know, good money after bad or whatever. I like that the knight is covered in golden light. So I do think you're going to come to a very successful decision. What I'm going to say is, knowing that you're Taurus, you may ask a lot of people for advice, but you probably will trust yourself the most. So whatever it is you think you want to do about the situation now, go ahead if you want to and talk to different people who have different experiences with the situation. But I think you really, you know, you're the clever one here, and you should follow what your gut is telling you, because gold and, you know, yellow is the color of solar plexus, which does have to do with finance. The economy is just in such a weird place, but I feel like you're very tired. To me, this is talking about exhaustion, you know, like very tired of trying to hold up things that haven't been living up to their end of the bargain. You know, there are some things that you may be doing that are also a hobby, that's fine to hold on to them, because that's not bad money if it's bringing you joy in some way. But there may have been an investment that really didn't go the way you wanted it to, and it may be time to cut your losses and start that new day. Yeah, this guy definitely says you're going to be fine. You're going to keep your head above water. He's wearing green. And I agree with Anton. You're going to, you know, you're taking steps forward to be less of a warrior and a grunt, and more of a the accountant watching the finances grow kind of thing. You know, take another look at whatever it is, annuities, investments, insurances, things like that. Take another look at it and do what your gut is telling you. I do think the outcome is going to be success, but I do think that you will cut loose some of the things that aren't bringing you prosperity.
Yep, the dead weight.
The dead weight's got
get
to go.
it gone. Get it
That's
gone.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would use this card to say. The dead weight is got to go. And once you peel that off of you, I think you'll feel a lot, brighter about finances. What's she saying?
Left one behind.
I can't
She said, "Lol, so true." But we have to understand there's quite a delay between.
But I think that's
takes. So I'm not probably
that was
that's
answering you.
No, maybe I think it was in response to being a Taurus and taking advice from everybody and still going to go and do exactly what you thought you were going to do in the first place.
But
'Cause
that's what Tauruses
That's the
do.
Taurian way, isn't it?
But that's all right. Okay, so now it's Venetia, and I think later in the she did ask a question as you go down.
She did, didn't she? Let me see if I can find it. Pardon me while we catch up.
It's under Amber, just under Amber.
There's
There's Amber, and then there's
got
Carrie.
it. Just wondering if I'm going in the right direction, working for something, or knocking my head on the wall. The relief is great when you stop, though, isn't it?
I go first this time.
You do.
All right, these. Three. All right.
That's it.
Well, right now you might feel a little bit like an outcast, like you can't break through, like you can't get through some sort of barrier. And you may feel a little bit like you are beating your head against the wall, I think the main issue really is communication. And I think that towards the end of the month, because we know Mercury's going to go direct on the 19th, right before the new moon, but it's going to take a little while to get past the shadow. So I'm going to say to you, end of the month, beginning of February, the road's going to open again. You're going to make some inroads in communication. You're going to be heard for what you're really saying. You're going to be able to process what somebody's saying to you. So right now, yeah, I think you are like flogging the dead horse or beating your head against a wall. There's something in this system that's very, very broken. So I'm going to say pause. Mm-hmm. Keep the connection. Don't burn any bridges, but just kind of put things on hold for a little bit, because frankly, I think they've kind of been on hold anyway. You could leave every message you're going to leave and you're just not being heard. But I do think that after the beginning of February, all your time and effort and energy and everything that you've invested in the situation will come to blossom once that breakthrough is made. So don't disconnect, just pause. Continue to try to be supportive and innovative, but now is definitely not the right time. You're going to have to wait, about 2 weeks, and then I do see breakthrough and positive energy.
I'm gonna pretty much completely agree with what Lisa is saying here. I think, yes, right now you do feel you're literally banging your head against the wall, and truth be told, I believe you are. There are none so blind as those who will not see. And I think you're trying to communicate with somebody who is just so in denial or so entrenched in their position of probable cognitive dissonance at this point, Yeah, to you it's obvious, why on earth can't you see this? But really they can't. And I think the more you bang against this, the more painful it's going to be for you. And I think, understand though, that the falsehood's going to collapse under its own weight. So I really do feel that although you feel castigated and sort of very much on the outside right now, you do have very much the upper hand. This is a fantastic position to be in. But you just for now,
not quite in that chair yet.
just for now, stop banging your head against the wall. Seriously, the relief is going to be great. You don't need to be doing that. So, but I really feel that things will come together for you. What's she chiming in here?
She's saying, yeah, things are broken.
Yeah.
There's and right now with Mars retrograde, there's like this hidden hostility. And you can really, Mars is the one who endures, and you can put all of your energy there, and it's like being dissipated or absorbed. I'm sorry to jump on.
No, you're totally right.
But this, like Samaj is saying, this is for everybody. This is what's happening astrologically. And Mercury retrograde just means, you say A and the person hears B. So there's no point putting
and they'll
right
argue
now.
with you. I didn't say that. Oh, yes, you did. No, actually, I
mean,
didn't.
It's just really crazy right now. So now is really a time to pause.
Yeah,
but I do honestly see success for you.
Yeah.
There is going to be a payout for all that you have put in.
All that you've endured.
It's just about timing.
It is timing, and now is not the time. Honestly.
And Savannah, I think 7 is important, like 7 days or even as short as 7 hours, depending on the action you take.
Oh, well, there you go. 7 hours. Well, there's a quick fix, eh? So, yeah, hang in there, kid. But understand, choose your battles. Choose your battles. Because I think, sometimes it's... The losses are senseless at the point. It's what followed the charge of the light brigade, the charge of the heavy brigade, and they got wiped out too.
Yeah, right. So you might as well just be putting the money in the toilet right now.
It's magnificent, but
the
it's
energy
just not war.
into a vast hole, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I feel that February things are going to start moving again.
It will.
You're going to feel a lot better, and you're going to say, okay, pay out for what I've put in.
Yeah,
a good karma. Good karma in February. Right now, you might as well just pause.
Mm-hmm. Just give yourself a break. She's saying vacation a lot, but give yourself a bit of time off for good behavior.
If you have it, take it. Give yourself a break.
And just it's okay, but you're dealing with a very, very difficult situation right now, and sometimes the smart thing is to not. to not. Okay, there you go. All right. Who we got now? I'll put them on the top.
All right, that's all the readings so far.
I thought there was somebody else.
Well, you can scroll back, but I wrote them down.
You did? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that is everybody, isn't it? We did that. Okay, there you
go. I'm trying to keep track.
You're very good.
It is crazy.
You're doing good.
All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is a couple of the upcoming classes. Because everybody has been asking about classes again. And we've kind of been on pause.
We have. Yeah.
We have really been very mindful of COVID and that kind of thing. But we're trying to get our lives back. We're trying to get back in our routine. What's everybody saying? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, gosh, lots of things.
So Savannah says, oh, wow, that was quick.
Yeah, Samaj is saying, all these readings are bringing in so many wonderful messages. I'm excited for what 2023 has in store for all of us. We are rising. And Dawn says... Dawn wants to know what's going on. Well, keep listening, Dawn, because that's what we're talking about now. There's gosh. Yeah, oh, and you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Savannah says, now to convince Tony. Good luck, love. You can do it.
There we go.
You can do it.
All right. So, right now we're in the middle of teaching our Craft of the Wise, coming home to the Craft of the Wise.
Oh, what a great class yesterday.
We had the moon class.
It was the moon.
But I do want to get back to teaching some of our regular things that are so helpful to people. And the first thing is astrology. Because if you have the language of astrology, you'll understand that that moves into everything else, right? So for example, if we understand as above, we understand so below. So if we look at the planets and see them as chakras, if maybe we already speak the language of chakras, we could say, Mercury, the planet of communication and creativity, is throat center. And then, now we have a much better understanding of what throat chakra does because we understand its governor, right? Its leader, its feeder, its energy. Or its expression. And then when we look at other things that have to do with divination or esoteric things like perhaps herbalism, we can say, okay, lavender grows tall and has that bluish flower. It is also ruled by Mercury. Now I understand what lavender does or how lavender works. So I'm going to start teaching my astrology class again. It will be in person and on Zoom. And it's going to start on January 30th. And then it will move to the second Monday of the month, once a month for 11 more sessions. So astrology is 12 sessions, once a month, starting January 30th.
Time.
6:30 to 9 p.m.
All right, so you know it's
it's
an after work class.
Yeah, it's an after work class, and I mean, I want to say 6:30 to 8:30, but I always run a little long.
You have tangents.
Well, I have tangents, and I try very hard to answer people's questions.
True.
So that'll be in person and on Zoom, and if you want to call the shop, you can sign up for that.
845-255-5756.
I'm loving the Craft of the Wise class.
Oh,
I
thank
feel like
you.
it's bringing more clarity to other classes I've taken with you. Yeah. Astrology makes my head hurt. I keep trying. I just don't get it. Listen, Samaj.
Hey, Samaj, come on. You're a smart guy.
I really have kind of filed this down to make it so easy to understand. I know that you think that's crazy, but I start out explaining why the symbols, or the glyphs, for the planets and the signs look the way they do, right? And, like for instance, let's look at Pisces. And we see the two fish with the string between them. And Pisces is a dual sign. But the symbol for Pisces is also an ancient hieroglyph that is like a radar that says, I take in everything from spirit and I process it. I process both sides, right? That's why sometimes, in a Pisces eyes, you can be the princess and the next second you're a pile of crap and you don't know what you did to get from one side to the other. But I do that. I insult every single sign.
Yes, stick
and
around.
I
You'll
also
get
point out
insulted.
they're good bits. But we start with the planets. We do the signs. And then we build from there. We do decadence. We do houses. We do how they affect each other. And so we start out learning why the symbol looks the way it does and what that tells us about that planet or sign. And then in the very end, we write horoscopes.
See now, listen, let me, I'm going to address this one for Samaj here, because he's saying it's the squares and the transits that make my head explode, though learning about all the things just makes us better metaphysicians. True that. But listen, it's Lisa has this, I don't know if you've done any courses with Lisa.
I don't think he's ever taken a class. No.
I'm going to blow a trumpet a little bit here because she doesn't do that, but I will tell you, she has a brilliant ability to simplify and communicate something that is mind-numbingly complex, so that you just get it.
Well, I talk about the natal chart as like a recipe, and say, here's your lump of beef, and what does yours taste like in the end? And we talk about squares and transits and things like that, adding spices. Or and so I'll use a bunch of different ways to explain it.
When you get to the end of this class, believe me, you'll understand concepts like mutual reception and intercepted houses and all that kind of stuff. And you go, what? And it's there. And the thing is, it's chuffing obvious. It's chuffing obvious when you understand how to decode it. And
it's a language. We have to learn to speak a language. And that's why we start with the symbols, because the symbols are the letters in a sense.
Quite literally, it's a language.
Symbolique.
Astrologos, what is written in the stars.
Yep.
And so learning that, it affects absolutely everything, everything. And we touch on it on the Craft of the Wise a little bit, astrology, but
for magical timing and
magical
spell
timing.
work and things like that.
But it's a skill that we really would urge, people to do.
Well, it's the basic backbone of divination, tarot, numerology, chakras. Who's that now?
Anna's saying what Anton says is true. Lisa is a wonderful teacher. I look forward to her astrology class.
Yep, it's going to start because a lot of people that are in Craft of the Wise signed up yesterday. So I think I'm going to have
Well, we
enough now.
exposed them to some teasers, I think, during the moon class.
All right.
Explaining astrological
And the other thing that I'd
correspondence.
like to do a shameless plug for
Oh,
is
go for it.
Chakra
Go for it.
Crystal Energy Clinician.
That's a lovely
All right.
class. It's a big one.
Now, if you have Reiki, this is a great way to get back into that healing work.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have Reiki, it's just as much fun. So I'm just going to take, this is the index, right?
Yeah, that's
This
just
is the index.
the table
So
of content.
I'm just going to talk about what we're going to learn in the chakra crystal class.
It's a big
All
one.
right. So lesson 1 is base chakra. We are going to learn about Ida, Pingala, the Sushumna, Ayurvedic nutrition, practical exercises, and we do a guided meditation to put us into base chakra, where we're going to stay for the month. Then we have a little break, and then when we come back, we talk about how we are stardust, how the earth was formed, the minerals in the earth, crystal symmetry, crystal shapes, cleavage and fracturing. And we go over the hardness scale, numerology, and then we do 7 crystals that you actually get those 7 crystals to work with for the month that all go with base chakra. Lesson 2 is spleen chakra. We do the minerals and the mineral world. We talk about the essential minerals. We talk about the 7 minerals. And I'm talking like calcium, magnesium, right? And we talk about the
Essential
cell
for our body chemistry.
We talk about the cell salts and the salts of the body.
Mm-hmm.
We do a guided meditation to put us into physical chakra, spleen chakra. Then we learn about the crystal healing and crystal alchemy, the body biography, auric layers and auric healing, the plants, medicinal and magical astrology for the chakras, and chakra energy flow. And then we do the 7 chakra crystals, and you get those 7 crystals.
Spleen chakra, yeah.
Right?
So yeah, it's like it's
it's
comprehensive.
a crazy
this,
amount of
believe
stuff.
me.
Savannah took that too.
Gosh. Hello, Sparky. Thank you for joining us.
So she's saying the moon class was great yesterday.
And the chakra crystal class was amazing. Reiki and crystals just make so much sense for me.
It does.
Oh, that's cool.
This will be good for people who just want to incorporate crystals into their practice. Absolutely. And have not had any Reiki course. Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't need Reiki. Definitely.
What happens in the Reiki class is I have to stick to my lineage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm only allowed to teach what I learned from my Reiki master. And there is a ton of information about chakras and crystals that we don't get in our Reiki lineage. Not to belittle Reiki whatsoever. It's a different modality, right? But it works very, very well with chakra crystal energy. So if you have Reiki, that's fantastic. If you've never even heard of Reiki, if you've never even heard of a chakra,
Well, you're going to
this
learn
is
what
a great
one is.
class to take.
Yeah.
And yes, it will help you understand something I've discovered from my 30 years of working with the chakras. All right. Solar plexus.
Lesson 3.
Astral travel. Astral projection. Past life. The 10 pranas. Apan, Saman, Prana, Udan, Vedan. What is mana? Monic breathing techniques. And then we do the lesson for
The crystals.
the afternoon is again more medicinal astrology, the 4 elements, the 4 humors, planetary energies, astrological medicinal rulership, physiological relationships in astrology, astrological correspondence to disease, and imbalances common in the signs. And we touch a little bit about divination.
This is a whole day class, isn't it?
4 hours, yeah. So it's 2 hours at break, 2 hours, yeah.
Wow.
And then you get 7 crystals for that chakra.
That's a pretty intense sort of, yeah.
You're
It's a chakra crystal intensive. Should we put it that way?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Lesson 4, heart chakra. Measuring the emotions, understanding the 7 prime emotions. How to safely release emotions. The role of heart chakra connecting to the brain. Issues in our tissues. Heart chakra, the afternoon is cleansing, clearing, charging, crystal elixirs, programming, how to use crystals in your home, crystal remedies, and then you get the 7 heart chakra stones. Next, we do throat chakras. We talk about the breath of Brahma, mindful breathing, pranic breathing, how to work with the nadis that we discussed earlier.
Excuse me.
And then we get throat chakra, of course, color therapy and color healing. Lesson.
Hi, Tina. Thank you
Hi,
for joining
Tina.
us.
The next lesson is crown chakra, and we talk about soul star and earth star and how to use the 8th chakra. We talk about the middle pillar and bring a little bit of Kabbalah understanding in there. We do a middle pillar exercise. And then for crown chakra's afternoon lesson, we do... did I miss third eye?
You might have done.
I might have missed third eye.
Might have done.
I did miss third eye. Third eye is the celestial planets and how they affect the body. And that afternoon, we talk about crystal mandalas, sacred geometry. Okay. And then crown chakra, we get our 7 crystals, and we start to learn how to do crystal prescriptions. So there's a lot
This is going to be like a serious 8 weeks, isn't it?
I think it's 9 weeks because then we actually have practical.
Oh, there's an
Because
exam.
I won't certify you. I won't certify you until you do it.
There's an exam.
Right.
Okay.
So there's an exam and writing a prescription, and the book that you'll get.
It's small.
This is all the information that you get in the course. So that's
We need to do a nice,
your training
nicer,
manual.
a nice
Yep.
front for that. We'll do a
Right,
nicer
this is
front for that.
This
I'm
goes
sure
in
we
the
can
front
do
of
that.
this book, so I'm just going to slide it in there.
Stick it in there somewhere.
But anyway, that's going to start the last Sunday of the month, and that runs for 9 months. So once a month, 2 2-hour lessons with a break in between. And then people have been asking about Reiki, but we really didn't want to do a winter Reiki session because we do hands-on work where we have an internship.
Yep.
So if we had like 10 students and then we had 10 people coming in 3 times that evening, you'd have 40 people over the course of the evening in the annex. So we did a summer session because we were able
put it
to
outside
do
at that point,
we
yeah.
had tents outside for the internship, but we will start Reiki again in March. So that it'll be warm enough weather by the time we get to the end, the internship of level 2, that we could do the tents. So if you're interested in Reiki, that's going to start in March. The astrology class starts the
end of January.
The 30th of January, and that will move then to the second Monday evening of the month. The Chakra Crystal Energy Clinician is 1 to 5 on Sundays, the last Sunday of the month, and that starts the last Sunday of this month, which I think is the 29th.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. So there are a few spaces. Please sign up if you're interested.
I see where you're going with this. We could do this as a residential course soon.
It would be lovely. Yeah.
I think we can.
Yep.
We have some plans there. We'll share them with you later.
All right.
We have some cunning plans. Some plans so cunning. Hello, AJ. How you doing?
All right.
Nice
well,
to
that's
see you
us
again.
for today.
Actually, yeah, you joined us just as we're done.
Scroll back if you want to know what's going on.
Oh man, there's so much in this one. Yeah.
And honestly, listen to the readings that were given today because they do speak to the group mind of whoever showed up.
They do, don't
right.
they? Yeah. So listen, shameless plug again. If you like what you see, please do like, Do after the show's done, please
Go
comment,
back and comment and
because
subscribe and
that
help
helps. We're trying to be less of a well-kept secret. That's our kind of thing. Is the astrology class online or in person? Both.
It's going to be Zoomed and in person. So I have my little whiteboard and I draw all my things. So even the Zoomers will get just as much out of it. Or you can come in person, or you can mix it up. Come when you want to and Zoom when you want to. But it's not recorded.
No.
It's not like you could go back and watch it at whatever time you want. You've got to be present for the lesson.
It's an interactive course, so yeah. Whilst it's possible to attend it remotely, like Craft of the Wise, it does require the commitment of that time on that date.
Yeah, you got to be present for the lesson.
You can't time shift it, no.
Yeah.
Because it involves audience participation.
All right, what does Anna say?
Oh gosh, he's saying chakra class in person or online. Sparky wants to know.
Chakra class is going to be Zoomed as well, but the practical is very difficult to do. You would probably have to come in person for that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like Reiki where I have to physically attune people.
No.
But obviously you're going to be.
I think you could do all of it except the exam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were right in the middle. In fact, it was Savannah's class. We were right in the middle of a chakra crystal class when COVID hit, and we had to do everything on Zoom. So we did do our prescriptions and our mandalas, taking pictures and having people focus, but it's not the same as being in person.
No. But other than that, yeah.
So
Anna can't wait for the course. Well, that's
awesome.
You're gonna have to.
No, not too long, just a couple weeks.
Not too long, yeah, but you're going to have to wait. Oh, guys, thank you so much. It's been like a constant stream of people chiming in the whole time that we've been here. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that.
And today I think we're going to have a gigantic box opening by the looks of it.
God.
If not today, tomorrow. We're getting a ton of incense and all kinds of little tchotchke things.
We're there, AJ. We're there. It's probably the time that you go. Sometimes we have lots of things to do. We wear many hats. Oh,
We're primarily in the shop Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're not usually in during the week because, we're the buyer, the marketer, the IT. We're working on some secret projects with people.
We can't tell you about.
There's all kinds of stuff that our days are just packed.
They are, but I love
That's why
it.
we couldn't do a daily show.
No.
But we do a Monday show, and then we have some admin to do. But I believe we're getting bombed with shipments, so we might have to go in.
Yeah.
And thank you, Carol, for the positive
You just fired
feedback.
the warning shot. Is it incoming? So I think there's a ton of boxes coming today. So anyway, thank you so very, very much. Do please like, comment, and subscribe. Do subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and hit that notification button. We're doing our best to be less of a well-kept
Remember to give
secret.
yourself a good mantra. All right, we'll see you next Monday. Thank you.
Thank you
Peace,
so
blessed
much.
be.
Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and thank you for watching. Bye for now.
Can you tell me the amount?
Wait.